When I started, there were no smartphones even here.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything changed. And so I asked some friends, what can we do? And music, exhibitions, film, and so then we ended up in film, because in film you can show also music and arts. And so we started to find out how we can have an African film festival in Hamburg.
Okay. And before you started about the music, about West Africa and all this, what exactly, there are lots of people who are born and grown up in the white community, and they don't have this interest to know what's happening beyond. They only see us here and they judge us from what they see here. What actually made you feel like you want to go there and find out more about the African activities?
Yeah, I saw when I came back from Africa, and of course talking to friends, sharing my experiences, they were very curious. I found, well, hey, they have strange ideas. So I thought it might be more people who want to know more. And really, we didn't know when we started.
Yes.
It was not easy to found this festival, but after 2 years we succeeded. And then the first festival, we were very excited, and many people came. Many people came, and the owner of the cinema said, "Wow, you're a real professional." And we were very proud. We didn't, and it was a big success.
Okay. Okay. And you started with who? Alone, or you had a group? Who did you work with to start this festival?
Yeah, I was looking for some people, and I had some friends who are very interested in Africa too, or even traveled or worked even in Africa. And at the beginning, we were 4 people. One man from Guinea, and one filmmaker who made a lot of films in Africa, and another man who lived for 2 years in Tanzania, and was a guide for the animals.
A tour guide.
Okay.
Tour guide. Okay.
So, and we founded the festival, and we started, and
Okay. And for the sake of our German listeners, I'd also like you to introduce yourself briefly again, and just let them know what exactly you're talking about, because there are lots of people who are listening to us who speak only German, and they're wondering what is Carol talking about today with Hans Jorg, and they don't know what is happening. So I'm sure they would like to know who you are and also what we are talking about.
Okay, ich glaube, dass doch die meisten Englisch verstehen, aber ich sage es nochmal in Kurzform. Hans-Jörg Heinrich. Ich bin der Gründer des Afrikanischen Filmfestivals mit 3 anderen Leuten zusammen. Ingrid Bernich, Burkhard Leber und Dudu Conde aus Guinea. Wir sind jetzt im 10. Jahr und ganz stolz darauf, dass es 10 Jahre geklappt hat. Nochmal, die Idee war einfach, dieses Bild, was von Afrika, was die Medien, hauptsächlich durch die Medien vermittelt wird, fanden wir, dass es etwas einseitig ist. Kriege, Hunger oder lustige, tanzende Menschen. Und wir wollten eben ein realistisches Bild von Afrika vermitteln. Und nach den 10 Jahren, jetzt denke ich, ist uns das auch ein bisschen gelungen.
Thank you very much. And if you're just joining in, this is Hans Jorg, and he's talking about the African Film Festival. He's just explained how it began. He said they wanted to give that other side, the other story about Africa, the second story that many people don't get to see. Most people only get to see the one side of the story where they are explaining about the hardships in Africa and the things that we are going through as an African community, and therefore they've realized that there's a lot more about us that they also wanted to express, and this is why, and this is how and why the African Film Festival was born. All right, Hans Jorg. So you've been going this through the last years, and you're now celebrating the 10th year. How do you get to do about this? Do you need finances to do this, and how do you organize this?
Yeah, this is always a big problem. We founded an association, EV.
Okay, a non-profit organization.
Yes.
Yes.
So we could get money from the town, from the cultural funding, but also from wie sagt man, foundations.
Foundations, okay.
Foundations.
Yes.
And from the two churches, they give us money, and so yeah, we have just the money for the film festival. It's not cheap. People think, oh, okay, just get some films, but we have to do advertising. The films, every film we show, it's about an average 300 euro.
Okay.
We have to rent the cinema, and so we need a lot of money. And we who are doing the festival, we work for free, for engagement.
Okay.
So because we would like to have at least one or two people who are paid, but
it's not possible.
it's not possible.
Yes.
So we have really problems to get new people.
Okay.
We are
into the team.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Because they are volunteering and they feel their time needs to be paid for. All right, I understand that. And also, apart from that, how do you get these films? Are there films that already are produced, or you have to set up, a film right from the beginning and organize the film to stand up, or it's a film that is ready that you have to hire from its owner?
Yeah. We are looking for films who are made.
Okay.
We cannot
produce the films.
Produce films, no. But that's a lot of work.
Yes.
The source was, in fact, when I was 8 years ago at the African Film Festival in Ouagadougou.
Okay.
It's called FESPACO. That's the biggest African film festival on the African continent.
Yes.
And it's every 2 years. And I was there 4 times. And there I made contacts, and I saw so many films in 1 week. They have 7 showrooms, and it was fantastic. So for us it's also important to invite some of the filmmakers to talk, to discuss their film in Germany.
Yes, okay. Now that's beautiful, that's beautiful. So you've traveled in many countries across Africa. How many countries, for example?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you been to Kenya before?
I was 2 years ago, but I was the first time to
Oh.
Kenya.
How was it?
Yeah, because we had some films from Kenyan filmmakers, so
Okay.
I went there just to meet some, but many were very busy. I even couldn't
Meet all of them.
meet, but some I met, and yeah, Nairobi for 1 week. It was interesting.
Okay.
And then I went to Zanzibar. They have also a film festival, and also a very good music festival, Sauti Sol Zara, and so I was, wow, it was
Fascinated.
fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that you've spent a lot of your time in the engaging yourself in African activities, how does it feel in comparison to the other films? Because I'm wondering, your aim first of all was to give the other story of Africa, the beautiful story that is people don't know, people who don't travel, they don't know much more. But now you're inside there, 10 years now going. How do you feel about this engagement with the African activities? Is there a big difference compared to the European kind of films and the European kind of activities?
I don't know. It's let me think. It's a difficult question.
That's a difficult
For me, it's yeah.
Is there a big difference?
I learned a lot through these films too.
Yes, yes.
And as I met a lot of filmmakers and there, and when they come here, we discuss a lot, and also I show them a little bit around in Hamburg. So it's a real cultural exchange, and was with many of them we are friends now. We are writing, and sometimes we show the second or the third film of a filmmaker. And your question for the audience, we have maybe 50% who come every year. Maybe it's more even. But also there are new people, and they are always very, very, very interested. Many people, for example, come. They travel to South Africa, let's say. But what they do there, they do this garden tour or something, and they see a film which is dealing with the real problems in South Africa. So they say, wow, that's interesting. I didn't know this. And so for them, their horizon is expanding.
Okay. So in case you're just joining me, we are speaking today with Hans Jorg. He's one of the people who organized the African Film Festival here in Hamburg. This year they are celebrating their 10 years of doing this, and he says the reason or the main purpose that made them to begin this was the interest to show the other story about Africa. They've traveled, they've visited Africa in various occasions, they've been to different festivals, which he's tried to explain how much fun it has been, and I hope you're also enjoying this and also realizing that there are also lots of other people who are interested in seeing the other part of our story. We have so many things in the media that come so many times and only speak about the hardships. So Hans Jorg, this year you're celebrating 10 years. What's there for the 10-year celebration this year?
What we do?
Yes, what is going to happen this year?
Yeah, we have a special opening this year.
Yes.
It's in a new center in Hamburg. It's called Afrotopia. It's a church which is transformed into African or diaspora African center. Yes. So, but because of the corona, it didn't. It started 2 years ago, and then this lockdown came. So, but now it's starting. It's in Barmbek Süd. Yes. And so there we will have a big opening with African food, drinks, with an art exhibition. We show some short films. We made a film about our festival, 10 years
anniversary. Okay.
Yes. And we have a band.
Okay.
African music, West African music.
Okay.
And our senator, Dr. Grosper, is coming too.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of films are you showing this year for the celebration? Where are they coming from? I'm sure people are interested. They want to know where are these films from.
No. So many countries.
Yes.
You should look on our website, or the programs are in the city, wie sagt man, in den Ständern,
catalog stands.
Yeah, catalog stands. And so, but Augen Blicke Afrika is called our festival, and if you go on the website, Augen Blicke Afrika, you find the program, and we show fiction films, we show documentaries, we show some short films from many from 15 different countries. Yes. So you can choose, and for nine films we have filmmakers.
Wow, the makers of the films.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you have anything from East Africa?
Yes. We have. As you are from Senegal, we have 2 films from Senegal. One is called Softy. It's very interesting. It's a political activist. It's a very political film, and he tried to be a president in Senegal and. In Kenya.
That's a film from Kenya. Sorry.
Yeah, Kenya.
It's called what again?
Softy.
Softy. Okay.
Softy.
Okay.
And he gave his life for his ideas, but at the end he gave up. But it's a very, very tense film, very, very interesting. And other one is, let me see, it's Vote for Kibera. You know Kibera?
Kibera, I know Kibera, yes.
Yeah, it's a very poor district at the edge of Nairobi, and the filmmaker was going very deep into the society and showing the life of people.
Okay.
It's very, very intense. Yeah.
Okay. So when to when are these films going to be shown? Which days and where? I'm sure people are wondering, and I can see quite a number of Kenyans are there, and I'm sure they're interested in seeing these films particularly, and also, of course, there are also lots of other films from other parts of Africa. And which dates and when to when?
It starts next week.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The opening is on Wednesday, the 3rd. It's from 6 o'clock. In this Afrotopia.
Yes.
You can remember Afrotopia. And then the films start the next day, the 4th, Thursday. It's always going Thursday to Sunday.
Yes.
And from the 7th to 14th. And from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have some virtual reality films.
Oh, okay.
Which are shown in Bücherhalle Altona.
Okay.
In Mercado, in the center.
In the center, okay.
And that's the second time we show virtual reality films. And that's also very interesting.
Very interesting, okay. So you say the festival begins next week. That is from the 3rd to the 14th of November. Yes. So every day you will be showing one film, or there are a number of films going to show per day? Okay.
It's in the Studio Kino.
Okay.
We have to say this. Studio Kino, Bernstorffstraße. It's St. Pauli.
Okay, I don't know where it is.
Studio Kino. It's one of the oldest cinemas in Hamburg.
Hamburg, okay.
Very, very nice.
Okay. So the opening is at the Afrotopia.
Yes.
And after that, you go to the
Studio
Kino, to the Studio Kino to show the films.
It's every day 3 or 4 films.
All right.
So
when one buys a ticket, do you buy the ticket that takes you through the whole time, or every day you have to buy a ticket?
Every day.
Every day you have to buy a ticket, and they have to obtain them from the Kino itself.
Yes, you can order it at the cinema, or you can go in the evening just and buy
a ticket. Yes. Okay, so it's only in the evenings. It's going to show in the evenings only.
No, we start at Thursday, Friday at 5:30. It's till midnight. 3 films, and at the weekend we start earlier. It's 2:30 on Saturday and also on Sunday. And, yes. And it's 4 films.
Okay. And apart from Hamburg, are you showing these films anywhere else in Germany? I'm sure there are people who are living in other areas and they're wondering, are we going to have a chance to have a look at these films? Or it's only in Hamburg?
We show only in Hamburg, but there are some other African film festivals. The biggest and oldest is in Cologne. That it's every year in September, so it's now over. But who lives near Cologne or in Cologne can look at in September for African Film Festival, and in many other cities there are small festivals. Not we show 30 films, but other festivals maybe they have 10 films or 5 films. So no, it's really difficult to find these films. You have to look for it. And what I said at the Festbaco, or there are other film festivals in Africa or in France or in Germany. And most films we get from distributors from France.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Hans Jorg. And now, of course, as usual, we have to talk to the Germans and also tell them what exactly we are talking about, where this thing is going to be, and the kind of films that you're showing, so that they also don't feel left behind. I'm sure there are quite a number of them who are interested in also going to this festival.
Okay,
yes.
auf Deutsch.
Ja.
Ja. Also, das Festival fängt am Mittwoch an. Und zwar ist unsere große Eröffnung mit afrikanischem Essen, mit Musik, mit Filmen, und unser Kultursenator von Hamburg, Dr. Broster, wird eine kleine Begrüßungsrede halten. Da sind wir auch ganz stolz drauf. Das ist im Afrotopia, ein neues afrikanisches Kulturzentrum. Afrotopia findet man im Netz. Die Filme werden dann ab Donnerstag, dem 4. im Studio-Kino gezeigt. Das ist in der Bernsdorfstraße in St. Pauli. Studio-Kino, eines der ältesten Kinos Hamburgs, wunderschön. Und wir zeigen Donnerstag, Freitag ab 17 Uhr 3 Filme und Samstag, Sonntag ab 14:30 Uhr 4 Filme. Und nächste Woche, also übernächste Woche, Montag, Dienstag, Mittwoch, zeigen wir Virtual Reality Filme in der Bücherhalle Altona. Virtual Reality, das sind da muss man Brillen tragen und man kann 360 Grad sozusagen gucken. Das ist auch ganz spannend. Und wir zeigen Filme aus mehr als 15 afrikanischen Ländern, Dokumentarfilme, Spielfilme, auch Kurzfilme. Ja, zum Teil ziemlich heftig, zum Teil auch sehr lustig, also eine bunte Mischung, so wie Afrika eben auch gestaltet ist.
Okay, thank you very much. And you talked also about you have some exhibitions and all this. Who is doing these exhibitions? Is it open to everybody who wants to display certain things, or it's particular people for the exhibition?
Wir zeigen im Rahmen unserer Eröffnung eine Kunstausstellung und die wird an dem Abend präsentiert, die ist dann aber auch noch 2 Wochen danach zu sehen im Afrotopia.
Okay. Thank you very much, Hans Jorg. I don't know if you have anything else that you'd like to say. I think basically we've talked about the film. I don't know if I left out anything that you think is important for us to share. You're free to invite everybody. I can see quite a number of people there listening, and also some are watching us on the Facebook Live.
Wow.
And probably in case you have any more words that you'd like to say to them just before I let you go.
Yeah, I hope that many people will come, and we are very proud to have our 10th edition, and it's I hope we can go on for many years.
Yes.
and present more very interesting films. I love also to see them several times.
Okay.
And if maybe there are questions, can you see? So
Yes,
I can answer questions too.
Okay. And also apart from that, in case, just a moment, just hold on. Rudy, come to the radio. Yeah, hello. Hi, how are you? Thank you for calling. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Every year.
Yes.
Hakuna Matata.
Okay, that's an end. Yeah, so he said, you didn't say you are Sasa. I did hear you. All right. Yes. Thank you so much for listening, and also invite the other people also. Tommy is a presenter here. He comes on Thursdays with a Nigerian program.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and so maybe you can give a message to him.
Yeah, Tony from Nigeria. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. We had 2 years ago. We had a really nice film from Nigeria, from Emma Edozil. Maybe you know her. Yes, and then she invited me to Nigeria, and I was the first time there, and I had a great time. For the most beautiful was for me the shrine of Fela Kuti. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, would be fine that we have contact and plan for next year.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony.
All right. Thank you, bye. And also, Hans Jorg, we have also messages coming to us. We have also a message here from Lisa Raguar. She's in Berlin, and she's saying she wish there could be shows also in other towns because it's looking very interesting. And also, we also have a message also from Beverlyn. She's talking about, no, she's telling the people in Cologne to check with the festival in Cologne. And also, we also have other people also asking why is it not happening in their cities. I'm sure people enjoy watching these films, and it would be nice maybe as you go back to the others, maybe talk to them about it and see the possibilities of collaborating with other people in other cities so that they can also have this films maybe rotating to other cities, maybe not necessarily all the cities, but at least somewhere neutral where other people can also come easily, maybe Berlin and
yes,
maybe another one in the south, maybe.
In Berlin you also have an African film festival, so I wonder you don't know. It's also in November now.
Oh, okay.
It's
maybe you will share the information with me, and I can also share it out so that the people also in other cities.
And Cologne, what I said, is every year in September.
In September,
It's Film Initiative Köln.
Okay. And what about if somebody wants to join your team to work with you in this production? What happens? How do they go about this?
Yeah, they can contact us and we will meet them. Yeah, it would be a pleasure to have
more people.
More people, yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Hans Jorg. So I want to say thank you to you. I don't know if I've asked everything, or you still have one more or two more things that you wish to say just before we wind up.
No, I did already.
All right.
I hope many people will come.
Yeah, you said that the Africans are not coming and you really want them to come. Yes. What happens? Please talk to them. They are listening to you right now.
Yes, we also always... Okay, the program is really... I think it's made mostly for German people to change their image, but also... But I think also it should be interesting for African people to see what happens in their country, because I read the other day that more and more cinemas are dying in Africa. In Africa, it's a big problem to show these films. So you have the chance here to see them.
I think the biggest problem is the social media, and everybody has internet at home, and they're watching all these things, online, and maybe they are.
Yeah, but these films,
some of them are not showing. Okay.
No, most of them are not.
They're not showing in the online.
And to see a film in the cinema.
In the cinema really is different, yes. And eat some popcorns and all right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You have a lot of messages also coming from other people. They are complimenting and they're saying they're proud of you and keep up the good work. And also they are saying this is very impressive. And And also the African community in Hamburg, I'm also sending you a message. Hans Jorg says, you don't turn up. Most white people turn up to watch these films. Please show up on this occasion so that we meet. I'll be there, Afrotopia, and let us meet there. And I also want to just see you on the Facebook Live, the African community in Hamburg. You're being requested to please show up. Yes. Hans Jorg says many times you don't show up. They're celebrating their 10 years, and this is actually to give the other people who are living here the other face of Africa, so that they know that there's also the other beautiful part of Africa. It's not only about the documentaries that they see in the social media or in the news, or the bad things about us. So please show up and support this initiative so that we make it also successful. Thank you very much, Hans Jorg. And I say it has been nice talking to you, and I'm looking forward to having you again and again and again. You share this information with me, and I'll be able to share it out with the other people.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I see you know so much Swahili. You said Asante sana, and the first one, the one you said was which one again? I forgot. Hakuna Matata. Okay, is there any possibility of bringing Swahili films, for example? Or most of it is in English?
We had once from the university, they translated a film some years ago and showed it at the university.
Okay.
They have a department. But now we have this from Zanzibar. We have this nice film about a young girl from a village there who is, in this strict family, but she emancipated herself and is now a teacher.
Oh, nice.
This film is really, and the filmmaker is here. He's from Italy, and he showed it in Zanzibar. It's called Ndoto ya Samira.
Ndoto ya Samira. Okay, yeah. Fine. All right. So I say thank you, asante sana, and karibu tena. All right.
Thank you.
All right. And dear listeners, thank you so much for listening and also for watching through the Facebook Live. We've had Hans Jorg talking about the African Film Festival that is coming up in Hamburg. And like he says, it's starting from the 3rd to the 14th. That's the 3rd to the 14th, Afrotopia. And then thereafter, the movies will be at Studio Kino in Hamburg. And please show up, share this information with your friends and other people. And there are also African films also in other cities, like he says, in Cologne and also in Berlin. There are also others. And of course, you can also follow up there. But if you are in Hamburg, please show up and tell your friends.